Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel and another episode. Today we're going to go on an epic ride highlighting some of the great bike routes north of Atlanta in the suburbs. So first, we're going to ride all the way from my house close by to historic downtown Roswell. Really cool place. It's got a lot of old southern charm. It's got a lot of restaurants, shops, pubs, stuff like that. Really great place to ride. You can check it out. Historic Roswell is a really pleasurable ride because there's so much beautiful scenery. There's a large collection of historic homes and businesses that date all the way back to the late 1800s. You can really feel the old southern charm in this town. Unfortunately, there have been a few businesses that have closed permanently due to the pandemic, but I'm pretty confident things will get better soon. And then we're going to go down, ride along the Chattahoochee River. A lot of cyclists frequent this area. It's a great place to take a kayak in the water or canoe, something like that. A lot of people come here on the weekend, and it's really cool. It's a really nice area for all kinds of pedestrian activities. Going toward the river, there is this great hill where you can reach speeds upwards of 50 miles an hour, and it's a ton of fun. Yeah, I love that. Here we're riding parallel to the Chattahoochee River. This is a popular spot for cycling because of the great scenery and nicely paved roads and dedicated bike paths. So if you're in this area, I highly recommend checking out this area. There are plenty of activities for adventurers such as kayaking, canoeing, cycling, fishing, jogging, and more. I don't know why I always do dialogue in uphill climbs. So next we're going to be riding through the big Creek Greenway, which is a multi-purpose trail. I don't really necessarily like riding my bike there all the time, but it's usually always really shaded, and the scenery is just beautiful. But the only thing I don't like about it is the joggers, and you really have to go out of your way to avoid them. It's cool to ride through once in a while, but usually I like to go a little bit earlier. Here I took a wrong turn and ended up on this boardwalk. I don't like riding on boardwalks because even if they are slightly damp, they're dangerously slippery, and I learned that the hard way when I fell the first time I was here. The Greenway is a nicely paved and wooded path that takes you deep into the northern suburbs of Atlanta. Like I said, I only use this path earlier in the day when I could beat the jogging crowd. On busy days, it can be a hassle on a bike trying to avoid people. I've noticed less cyclists on these type of paths through the years because the streets are just as nice and provide a much more obstacle-free ride, so you definitely see more cyclists out on the regular roads. Next we're going to be riding through Avalon, which is kind of a new style shopping center area that seems to be popping up all over the United States. So it's basically kind of like an outdoor shopping mall. Usually has higher end stores and restaurants along with residential areas and park areas. I think it's a really cool idea. Stores tend to be moving out of the indoor shopping malls and moving to these type of areas. And like I said, they're popping up everywhere, and it's really cool. Take a ride through there. I'm sure it's probably a little bit different than what you would see in Europe. One thing I noticed is that there isn't as many people as I would normally see pre-pandemic. Hopefully that changes soon. An interesting fact about Avalon, and most of the northern suburbs for that matter, is that the development in the last 10 to 20 years has been tremendous. At one time, not too long ago, most of this land was vast farmland. Who would have thought that one day you'd see a banana republic where there was once a chicken house? Wild stuff if you think about it. The residential area is really cool too because the architecture isn't customary to what you'd normally see in Georgia. If you didn't know where you were, you'd probably guess you were in California riding through Avalon. It's all very exciting here. Here is an example of how nice the roads are here in the northern suburbs. It's nice to see an ever-growing amount of dedicated bike paths, making every ride safer and more enjoyable. And here's my buddy I dropped earlier. Now he's sticking it to me. That's all right. I'm still playing around with my format as far as a rig. It's so hard. I hate holding a camera while I'm riding the bike, so I have like a handlebar mounted camera, and I want to see how this is going to work out. Hopefully it works out okay, because I tell you what, it's hard to film while you're riding. You see all the other vlogs with bike riders holding the camera while they're riding, and it's not always the ideal situation, but kudos to them because they do a good job. I'm just trying to find something different to where I can focus on riding and still have dialogue without taking focus off the road. So until next time, please consider subscribing and help me grow my channel so I can put out better and better content every time I put out a video. It really helps, and I really appreciate everybody that's subscribing. Slowly getting there. Take care, everybody. See you next time. I'd like to give a special shout out to all my sponsors. Oh, wait a second. I don't have any sponsors. Hey, let's change that. Maybe one day. We'll see.